blurry red images, almost chalk-like, chalk etches against a wall of a cave. They climb their way into this young boy's psyche. Some shapes come into focus, more than others, going in and out of this focus. And we, the audience, have the scene. This scene we've seen before. A cliff edge. 2 children. But new drawings come forth into this reality. Something forgotten. Something suppressed. 2 entities. One taking a sort of feminine form, taller than the 2 children. Another with elements of white amongst the red, with arms and hands adorned with scars. A woman's voice comes to the fray. I'm sorry. Eerily familiar. The girl is pushed, disappearing from sight. Another voice. I will get to work. Before the boy can react, hands appear from the edges of their vision. A cloth stained with red covers the boy's airways. The world completely blurs into red. And note, I love the fact you're wearing red right now, Josh.
Maroon.
He knew.
Don't ruin it. Arthur, you begin to blink. The red keeps coming down your face as blood is getting into your eyes. Your blood. You feel yourself being dragged up the hill by those that have shot you, including a person from your past, Edgar. You are surrounded by armed men, and as you are dragged, you see just a partial view of a long white coat. In this scene, you are unable to do anything due to your immediate injuries that you've just sustained. But as consciousness is still currently with you, with whatever is left of it, what is going through your mind?
Mostly trying to remember what the hell happened last episode.
It's impossible.
Not Josh, Arthur.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
The last thing you remember is a bullet impacted you as you tried to traverse some of the tops of the houses in your hometown as you were trying to surveil.
I think it's probably the edges of a memory of something similar happening as a child. You know, childhood games, being an adventurous boy. You know, Arthur would have danced across those rooftops as a wee lad. And no doubt with his friend, his old friend, Edward. His old friend Edward would have played out this scenario, but as the games of a child. And I think it's a blurred mixture through the pain of the memories of them as children playing this game and the reality of them as adults. Mm-hmm. Blood on the floor.
And with this, these rooftops belonged to your time as you ran away from home and into New Fair. But sometimes you felt there was 3 of you on those rooftops. Neve. It always felt like she was there. And as that last iota of thought comes to you, you pass up from your injuries, and you are currently out of this scene. As we circle back to the rest of your circle, who's currently taking refuge in your auntie's house. And you guys will have obviously heard the shot, and now you're seeing this entourage of people dragging what seems like maybe, just from a distance, unconscious, lifeless body of Arthur. You can't be sure. Up the hill towards where some of them had ran before, and now once again retreating into that part of the Scarlet Wood. I hand it over to you, Dr. Klaus and Theobald.
Well.
Just good, this is really bad. My voice is really doing weird things.
I will get you ein lozenge. But for now...
Not ein lozenge.
Fucking hell. Oh, I've missed it.
For now, we have a small issue. The man, he has been shot, and he's ein lightweight, so he's it looks like he's maybe a little bit unconscious. So maybe we should do something.
Oh no, we have to do something. We have to rescue him. But
Okay, I would suggest.
how though?
I would suggest use your magical abilities of pretend lights and making things look like they're happening, but actually nothing is happening. Go!
All right, we're back there, are we?
We are! Yeah!
All right, okay.
I could also just use this gun. It's a magical special gun. But
I mean,
but not really.
I don't know really what. I mean, I can open my senses, but that's not gonna really help. I speak the language of the phenomena. That's not really gonna help either.
I have a science mobile. That's very much going to help.
Yeah.
You're still
Also,
coming off the effects of the
Yes.
Scarlet, it seems.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I
As
can't.
for those who are only just catching it now, they all had a little bit of a trip, shall we say, but the science mobile was not part of that trip. In fact, it's completely absent and in another city.
Whoops.
Yes.
I'm going to have it helicoptered in.
Yes. Because those things exist in this world, yes.
I think it's gonna have to be just pure skill. I guess we're gonna have to play the disguise game again and try to infiltrate ourselves there, right?
Okay. Infiltration. I'm good at infiltration. I will be Klaus von Pudel. And you will be my sidekick.
Oh, okay. What does that mean? So you want me to...
I have no idea yet. We will work it out.
Okay,
as we go.
well, just roll with it, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Close one poodle. Okay, let me just write that down. I'll just get my little diary out and just make a note. Okay, and then we don't even, the thing is that we should just maybe hide. Are you good at, I think we are both good at keeping ourselves quiet, I guess. I don't know.
I do struggle to keep quiet, but I will do my best to hide.
Okay, maybe I can help you a little bit together. Maybe try. I don't know. I'm not that great at it either.
Does this rag smell like chloroform? In that case, are we saying we keep a distance and we just follow?
Yeah, I think that will be good, and we just assess where they are taking him, and then we can try to infiltrate there. After I have my little gun, you have one too, right?
Pew, pew.
Hand weapon, right?
I do.
I think I remember
So
you
good.
did too. Okay,
Um,
so
Rita pipes up and says, "This is all my fault.
Yeah.
it's your nephew. I don't see why it could be your fault, right?
I think I know where I can find us some transport."
You are bringing the science mobile back.
What science mobile?
Oh, come on, don't play coy with me. Bring the science mobile back.
See,
science
the effects are
mobile?
still wearing off.
I thought it was a golden carriage. Right?
No.
Oh.
There's some of the Red Hand have brought vehicles. There's a area where they've parked them just adjacent from the village. I'll go and try and hotwire one of them. And are you going to go after them? I'll meet you there.
C'est bon.
We?
All right.
Allez.
It's difficult to say
Don't die.
we in a German accent.
Oui.
That's the episode title.
She opens the door and she says, "Don't die," and runs,
No promises.
Godspeed.
leaving the door open ajar.
Okay. Professor, we'll make sure we still have those codes, right? Like the workers.
Yeah, if at this point you haven't changed, and also all your stuff is like back at the logging site main kind of like bags for workers and stuff where they leave all their stuff, like lockers and stuff like that, and all this sort of thing. So you literally, these are the only garbs you have on you.
Okay. Alrighty.
So you are in disguise currently.
Alright, so let's just follow this quickly, but with a purpose. I think that will work. So we look like we are busy, so we're rushing around like, rather than just stealthy. Maybe just go like, what do you think, Professor?
So I will follow your lead.
Alright. So I'll kind of like, instead of just sneaking out, or just open the door like valiantly and just kind of go like, like a rushing, like I'm late for something, and I'll
Yes.
I'll look to the professor and make sure he's coming too.
No, I can't be bothered. No, I'm just behind him.
I'm going home.
Yeah. Bye.
He left me.
No, I'm
Damn it.
just behind.
I can imagine you like sit in the chair but think you're in the car. in the house there. So, one of two things to happen here. One thing to establish first. Are you planning to follow at a distance, or are you going to try and blend in? When you potentially catch up with them.
I think we should stay at the distance, right?
I think that's fair for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, we've
Okay.
got the uniforms if we need them. Let's stay at a distance. Let's try and keep him in
Yeah.
sort of like.
So between both of you,
Yeah.
first of all, I need you to roll a survey roll,
Okay.
followed by a hide roll.
Oh yes.
Let's check.
Here we go.
Let's use
So-
things. Survey. Okay, so
Let's roll the survey first and let me know what survey says.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's a 3.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I have nothing on survey, so I will add one.
So you roll
drive.
2 dice, or you can, then it's just a single roll.
Yeah, I'll do one drive to just do single roll.
So you're not rolling a disadvantage, it's just
Yeah.
one straight roll.
Yeah, okay. So I'll do that. First roll. Come on, you go first, Professor.
He's already rolled.
I've done
Already,
3.
okay.
Yep,
So
I
I
failed.
I got a Candela on my survey.
Ooh, nice. Great. And is it on the gilded or is it just a regular?
Just a regular, yeah.
Okay. So, with that, Professor is still thinking they're sitting down driving their science mobile, so you have to grab them. So their focus is all over the place at the moment. They think they're in a car. You,
Nice.
however, spot the way they took into the woods, and you do make a beeline for it. Now, as you approach the tree line, I do need that hide roll now from both of you. As you follow behind, however the distance, you, T-Bolt, will see just the backs from very far away as they had a bit of a head start, but you do lock eyes with them.
Okay, awesome. So I'll imagine we just go walking in a straight line, kind of like with a purpose towards them, and then all of a sudden we just go into an alley or something like that is not too far. Just
so it'll be amongst the trees. You're amongst trees and foliage.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Cool. So roll your hide.
Alright.
As I give mixed signals.
Yes, I have. I rolled a 1.
I got a 4.
Okay. So, as it's
Hi, Josh.
So,
see you next year.
Oh, actually, should be gilded. Oh, okay. Well, let's. This doesn't matter. A 4 gilded it will be, right? Because it will be a gilded die.
Take a drive back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be a mixed bag here. Okay. So what is going to happen is you are able to hide to your bolt, but at this point, the professor's again, I feel still on the edges of coming off this Scarlet. What would you say, Dr. Klaus, is the thing that gives you away as you stumble through the forest after these people?
Beep, beep. Get out of the way. I'm trying to drive here.
As that happens, I will say T-Bolt drags you into the bushes as all these figures turn around. They will not see you as a group, but they did hear something. They are on high alert. So anything after this point will be at disadvantage.
Okay.
But they're on high alert. So at this point, 2 of these armed guards fall back slightly. And the others, they still keep going, but 2 of them kind of just fall back to kind of be a back line and keep an eye as you see the one in the white coat kind of just do a motion with their head as in to hold back. And you do, I'll say, lose sight of that first group, and you only see these 2 guards who are walking ahead, but they're doing at a leisurely pace, shall we say. So if you want to get around them or try and talk your way through or something, it's going to be fairly difficult. That is what you're presented with. And I'm going to do something really quick. As we split, we're going to kind of split the time, get a little timey-wimey in some sense here. As this happens, we're just going to slightly fast forward as Arthur, you stir somewhat back into consciousness. You feel yourself being dragged across the dirt and the overalls that you're wearing getting covered in different foliage and mud and leaves. And then suddenly you stop and you are swiveled around in a seated position, and you do feel yourself being tied up, facing... Well, actually, roll me a survey. And I'll say for this first roll, at disadvantage.
Okay.
So if you roll as many that you can and take the lowest, whatever is your roll. How many you have in survey?
So I have 1 in survey.
So roll 2 dice and take
just
the
a straight
worst.
disadvantage roll. Okay.
Yeah. What the roll?
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
So with that, nothing seriously bad happens to you, but you are again. We come back to the blur's sketches.
Oh, sorry.
As far as something feels familiar about this scene. You see, at this point, there's a huge clearing here. You'll notice, because obviously trees are big, that there's a huge clearing here.
Mm-hmm.
You see a tall, massive pillar of stone. And between the pillar of stone and yourself is a singular tree that seems to have no leaves. And a smell of decay wafts your way as the wind changes direction. You are tied up. And it does make you gag. Is there anything you want to say in this moment?
Well, I can't see anything, can I? Because I can't.
No.
I think I'd just. So hang on, I'm sat up.
You are sat up. You're tied up. Your hands are bound behind you. You're like they've put you in like a cross-legged position, and you're kind of just hanging over. You're not blindfolded.
Okay. Am I tied to the stone thing, or am I just loose on the ground tied?
Your legs have also been bound. So like at your feet. So basically, hands behind, feet like this in front, bounded.
Then up against something.
Yes, you are lent up against one of the closest trees to this clearing, just so you can get a visual of what you've kind of seen, for what you can through all the blurred vision.
Mm-hmm.
You've just seen more of the bigger shapes, no detail. Apart from this smell that hits your nostrils.
Well, fuck it, we're here to have fun, aren't we? Let me try and slip the ropes around my hands, if they're behind me.
Okay, you can certainly try. If you would like to roll me, in this case, what would this be?
I'm hoping sleight of hand.
I will give you, I feel this is control. This is a bit of finessing some ropes off your, so let's call this control.
That's not what I was looking for.
You can also, if you want, it depends how subtly, you can also use strike if you want to brute force it, or you can do it very sneaky. So, brute force, strike, sneaky, control.
Well, they're both the same.
Ah.
Terrible. And I realised that we were going down that path, I wouldn't have done it. But we've committed now, so
well,
let's go.
committed.
I saw the word sleight of hand under hide, which is really high for me. And I was like, let's do that.
I'll tell you what. Sleight of hand?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you roll hide, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's much more like
Yeah,
That is
true. Very true.
opposite to how difficult.
Yes.
This would have been either impossible.
You wouldn't think hide for a sleight of hand, but there you go.
No, I know. I'm confused
Yeah.
as to why it's under that, but like,
True.
hey, we're here.
But here we are. Roll hide.
5.
5. I will say, I'm assuming at this point it'll probably just your hand you'll be able to get loose.
I'm basically like with my hands behind my back. I just want to slip. I don't even want to like fully take off
You
the
can
rope. I
pretend
just want
you're
to
still bound, but you're
Exactly.
free.
I want to
Yes, see.
slip a hand
Yes.
free, just so I've got it.
You do that, and again, since it's under hide, nobody sees you do it. So, as this is technically a mixed success, the bad part is your vision has now cleared up.
Oh,
As you're doing this, and you're kind of, because you're kind of more aware enough to loosen your own ropes, you're getting conscious by the minute, and as the blood dries and you can actually sort of see out, you start to get a bit more detail, and you just see what is almost like pulled up earth, like it's been disturbed, and in amongst this are red flowers dotted here and there. but it's not the earth they're sprouting from, but the many bodies that lay in this kind of almost like open burial site, this open grave, mass open grave. And at the center of what you see is the tree. There, it has actually grown up, through, and around a body with multiple flowers. These red flowers with bits of red sap out of different holes or parts that have decayed away and now exposed, seeping this sap. You see, you don't have the full details of this particular one, but you see all these flowers, one kind of slightly bigger one just sprouting from where the heart should be. But this individual, this body, even with all this damage, you see the chest rise and fall.
Oh dear. Okay, so aside from that, I take it there's a lot of guards around. Do I see any like infrastructure guard stuff like towers or posts or fencing or?
No. This is just an open clearing of this open map, and there's who's with you. See a couple of stooges, but you do see the man in the white cloak a bit more up close. And you also see Edgar now steps in front of this horrible visage of this body, of this tree. It's grown through this body. Stand in the way for a second and just looking at you and go, how have you been, Arthur? I mean, you don't look great, considering I shot you, but of course, it's been a long time, and I think I owed you one. Or I was owed one.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Edgar, to be honest with you. Lovely day for it, don't you think? It's good to see you. You seem to have done well for yourself. Nice upstanding job, huh?
Well, I made plenty of friends in prison.
I can tell.
More than friends than you were.
Yes, I see you've treated them well. I'll just like gesture at the rotting corpses.
Oh, that's none of our guys. Why would we even never do that? It's family. Why would I do that to family? I'm not you.
No, you wouldn't want to be. Seems like you're worse.
At this point, another vigil kind of steps from your left-hand side of the tree and goes, well, nice to see you off the train. I had a feeling about you. As Cedric Horn comes through, this tycoon that you've met who's in charge of the whole logging company, which at this point I think you can assume is a front for the Red Hand.
Ah, Mr. Callahorn. I think I had a different accent last time we met.
Savvy.
Oh, that's right. It was a Jack Sparrow bit.
Yeah.
I was going, the fuck was it? I knew it was a bit. I've dropped the bit. Maybe we'll do a new bit. I don't know. Let's see how we go.
So it seems you've stepped onto our operation over here.
I think you'll find I'm sat.
Yes, you seem to sit where you're not wanted. Such as earlier in my carriage.
I don't know, man. Your people put me here.
Well, let me tell you this. I mean, before we leave, because I've got a train to catch, and I've got to bring some of this top-class Scarlet to my clients. I mean, I think before we leave, I definitely want to leave you with something. You've come all this way. But first of all, I'm just interested. Who are you with?
Well, Mr. Galahad, let me tell you. The Red Hand is but one hand of the forest. I am with the White Hand of Sauron. I don't know who that is. They don't exist.
You are truly a crazy individual. Again, like the train. But, I mean, I would love to hear more stories on my train as I part ways with you. But I wouldn't want you to leave empty-handed, you know. So, a gift from me. And he kind of points to the guy in the white cloak, white coat, and he puts down a device at your feet. It looks like a grenade, but it's like there's, instead of like a what you'd think of maybe a frag grenade or something, it's more looks like a flashbang, but inside you can see a little red vial inserted into this device.
Mm-hmm.
This is some of the product I just mentioned, and obviously you can see one of the ways we've made it. And I bet you're wondering, how did we make such a top quality product? Because as a businessman, that's what I'm looking for. So, there was a while ago, I came across this place. Thanks to, again, some friends, some colleagues, some business partners of mine. As we've been looking for certain individuals with a certain, call it nature of divinity, which are...
Wild parrot.
Certain parrot-like qualities.
Forest.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my bird. I keep it close by. I love you so much.
It's so beautiful out here. The parrot's going by.
She goes with me everywhere. So
Wait, that's my bat. I'm Jack Sparrow.
Arthur, Jack, doesn't matter what you call yourself. These divine individuals. Let me put it simply. Our friend, our colleague, our professor, X Eon.
Who?
Who? Oh,
Who?
well. Our ex. So he said his. Are you trolling me? You trolling me right
No.
now? I'll kill your character right now. The game goes off.
This, by the way, whilst he's monologuing, this grenade-looking thing, does it look armed? Does it look like it's ready to blow up or anything like that? Does it look like it's going to blow up? Is it a grenade or is it something else?
I'll let you do a focus roll on this, as this is an analysis and inspection.
Inspection. Oh, how about that? That's a 6 on a gilded.
6. You may have come through similar devices, but you understand that this is being retrograded with a chemical agent. You can only assume it's the so-called pure Scarlet that you've come across, and he's monologuing about. The difference with this, in terms of this grenade, it is set on it can be set as a timer.
Okay.
So it's not quite a bomb. It's too small to do any sort of devastating damage as such, but it's like a prototype version of whatever this is, which actually leads you to be very concerned of, if this is a prototype, what does the real thing look like?
Okay. Now, does it look like it's, do I see a timer on it? Do I know how long?
It has not been armed as of yet. It is just there, stationary.
Okay. But do I see like can I work out how you would arm it and how you would like, how much time you would have? Is there a minimum amount of time?
I would say that you would have to get hands-on with this thing to really... this is just giving you from a visual perspective.
Mm-hmm.
From your criminal background, you can kind of, off the bat, get a couple things like a timer. There's a chemical element to it, Scarlet related. It's not armed yet. You don't seem to get the notion of that.
Okay.
As he's continuing the monologue, what really boils down to is that these certain divine individuals, so the professor calls them, are of the bloodline of the Empress. So,
do I know who that is?
yes. So Cisco came across a book that related to the Empress of alchemical natures, the fountain of the living living light and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And the Empress is this renowned figure. I'll tell you what. Roll me another focus roll.
Okay.
To kind of see how much
I remember. Yes.
Yeah, remember.
3.
3. You'll remember Cisco found the book.
Okay. And there was a reference. That's it.
And there was a reference. And I think, as well, everybody kind of knows a bit about the Empress. More people, historians, more than yourself. Your thing is more gadgets, breaking and entering. This is something maybe Klaus or Theobald, who are not with you, would have a better inkling towards.
So a kind of known, slightly mystical figure from antiquity?
Yes, absolutely. She was obviously, you guys have explored the ruins of Old Fair, which was the original, which was her domain, which sunk down, and now New Fair has been built up into.
I was going to say, like
thousands of years ago.
Yes, I was making that connection. Arthur, I guess, can also make that connection.
Yes. So there's something about this kind of mythical lore about the Empress and alchemy and things like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's all you would get. It says, and when we came here, we came across this beautiful young girl. Unfortunately, we did kind of need to kickstart a process, which unfortunately meant using gravity. And you look behind you, realize it's the cliff from your memories. But hey, the thing is, we didn't want her to die from the process because, hey, look, there she is, and points to the tree. You know yourself that her spirit is passed on, but her vessel is still there. It is you assume in that point it is the physical body left soulless, being used as a ultimate gardener, if you will, of this garden of death. This automated gardener of death that kind of regulates everything here and helps create this.
The Empress, sorry, just to make sure I get my notes right. Is the Empress the boy, actually?
No, so this is Neve.
Neve, yeah, okay. Oh, wow, okay,
Arthur's friend.
Right, yeah. Cool.
Her spirit has passed on, but not her body. It is being used for other means. The soul doesn't need to be there for this to work. And at this point, it's like, but hey, I think I've prattled on. I've got business to do. I'll leave this little gift with you. Edgar, shall we? And he goes down and there you go. Please. Points to the man in the white coat. They all leave and they get into a truck and it starts to start up. At this point, we backtrack to our friends in the back as you are trying to go ahead to the site, and these two guards have now stopped on the precipice of, and you see just in the distance a clearing. You don't see, there's too much trees in the way and everything at this point. I mean, you can attempt to try and see. It's obviously very dense here, and you have two potential threats in your way. What would you guys like to do?
Klaus is first of all going to say, I have ein Plan. And I'm just going to retreat back a little bit to sort of like a safer distance for a moment.
Will I follow you?
That is up to you. But you can see him get out his laboratory equipment. And he's working on something.
So I will kind of move away, like just put myself in front of him in case they come, so they see me rather than him, kind of thing. And
In case it blows himself up.
Are they coming towards us, though?
No, they're stationary.
Cool.
Okay.
You had been following them for a while at this point, but they have now stopped and turned towards your direction. They don't see you as of yet, but if you do progress towards them, rolls will need to be made.
Okay. Well, I guess we stop there for now.
Right. Doctor, what are you trying to concoct?
Okay. So I just realised, I'd totally forgotten about this, but I just looked at my notes and I realised I have a sleep draft. Which sounds like fun, so I might use that in a minute. But I also wanted to create something I've been thinking about for a little while. I thought might be interesting. We might use it, we might not, but hey ho, let's give it a go.
Okay.
I am going to, using the knowledge that I have from mein Freund, Professor Frankenstein. He made some suggestions about how if there was some sort of special type of Scarlet, perhaps it would even be able to bring back the dead, although I cannot think of any way that would be possible without harnessing an enormous amount of electricity on top of that. These sorts of things will never happen. But if there's a way of bringing back the dead, what about reversing it and perhaps finding a way to remove the Scarlet from somebody's bodies, therefore removing the effects? It's therefore an anti-Scarlet.
Okay.
So my basic idea is I want to try and come up with something that if somebody takes on a lot of this Scarlet, there's maybe a kind of like a smelling salt type of thing that you can sort of snap them out of it.
Okay, so like an actual
Antidote?
what?
Yeah.
Like an antidote.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah, like an antidote.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say this is going to be very difficult because this seems like something you need a full lab for. So I say with what you have on hand, I'm going to say for sure you can definitely try.
Yeah.
Why not? The dice will decide. This will be a disadvantage.
Fair
Could
enough.
I help him by giving him some of the Scarlet sample that we got? I'm not sure if he got one too, but maybe just for him to analyze it quickly or just use it for it. I don't know. At least a little bit.
I don't mind him having some Scarlet on him, but I think in terms of how that would actually help by just giving him some.
No, I mean not to give him to him like drugs, just for him to try to replicate some of the contents of that Scarlet to make the antidote, like you do with a virus and an antivirus kind of concept. I don't know.
Yeah, so of course,
Because we have a sample that we got stored from last session.
that's absolutely fine. In terms of handing him it, that's absolutely fine. You can do that, no problem at all. How does that improve his chances of success?
I suppose if you know what the chemical compound is, it's like you say with an antivirus, it's the compound but it's dead. If you can find a way to nullify the compound, you might be able to find...
I mean, in terms of any sort of action to assist with this,
I'll give him a drive though, mechanically. Just that's for flavor.
you can you can give him a drive to try and be an assistant of sorts.
Which
That
one
is
will
fine.
it be using? Just
So, in terms of when it comes to bringing something together like this, I feel like there's got to be some finesse here.
Ooh. Are we going...
There's going to be a control roll.
Oh my god. Alright.
Okay.
And you will get a drive in this.
Alrighty. Okay, here we go. Come on. 4.
Okay. Mixed success. You have created somewhat of an antidote, but it is not a potent. It's not potent.
Okay.
So if you wanted to use this to clear somebody of Scarlet, I'm gonna say that they can't get a drive, but it won't be at disadvantage
Okay.
when they do a roll
Okay.
to try and clear the Scarlet out of their system. So it'd be a mix with using their body to try and purify it along with your somewhat half antidote. They won't give them a bonus, but it won't make them roll at disadvantage.
Cool.
So it'll be straight roll. So it'll make anything retaining trying to wear off Scarlet, straight roll, no disadvantages, guaranteed straight roll.
Eureka! I've kind of done it.
Okay. Yeah, that looks good.
Now, having done that, what would you like to proceed in doing here
Okay.
after making this concoction?
So, Cisco, I'll tell you what I'm thinking of doing,
Okay.
which is, like I said, I had this sleepy draft thing. I'm assuming it's in like a little bottle. And if I maybe throw it towards the bad guys, hopefully it's going to put them to sleep. That's my thinking. However, if I do that and it goes wrong, we need to be sort of careful and ready.
Okay. So I could hit them with the back of the gun if something goes wrong, but I can only do one. So you need to be ready to maybe try the other one and just try to do it. But don't shoot though, yeah. No shooting.
No shooting.
Otherwise we can alert everyone.
Oh, it's just fun shooting, just fun.
I mean, just hit them with the back of the gun. I guess I don't know. I'll try
Yeah.
that. But
Okay.
let's see.
Okay.
And do we know where which building, which kind of place Arthur will have been taken?
You know the general direction, and you see there's some sort of clearing. You can't see beyond the trees into that clearing, but you can see these two guards on the route to that.
Okay, so they are kind of blocking.
Not necessarily blocking, because I mean, it's a huge fort. They can't like
we
guard
could-
the whole of it. So there is an option if you wanted to try and sneak around.
So I'm just
But
thinking
they're-
now that you have the concoction, maybe it's good if we save it for what is coming after. You know, maybe we could try to circumvent and kind of hide from the guards and keep going towards the forest. But you know, I don't want to rain in your parade there. You know.
Oh no, in my parade. Yeah, I mean, if we want to take the risk, the only thing I'm worried about is that David said everything would be at a disadvantage.
If we get caught, we're gonna be fucked, right? Yeah. So maybe we should stick to your plan.
The choice is yours.
I'll
let's,
let you decide.
yeah, go on. We've got the sleepy draft. Let's use it, because otherwise, what's the payoff?
You hear vehicle start up.
Oh yes,
The
yes.
sound of a truck.
Okay, can we just run them over with the truck? How do we feel about that?
Oh, that sounds good. We could,
You don't know this. You hear a sound of a big motor vehicle starting. You don't know what it is.
Tank, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, absolutely.
Is
Plow
that
its way through
does
the
it sound
forest.
like someone? Okay, we don't know. We didn't hear a vehicle coming right now, so we assume it's someone leaving.
You assume it was already there,
Yeah. Okay.
and it's been started up.
We should make
Wherever
haste,
it is in this
Uh,
clearing, there's a vehicle starting up.
I think this is the aunt. She said she was going to hotwire a car.
Oh, of course, yeah. If Tuch is coming with a distraction, so she's just gonna ramp into it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we should wait. Up to you.
Yeah. Should we? I mean, we could tell her to cause a distraction.
That's what she was doing, right?
I don't
Oh
know.
no.
I decided to.
What she said, she was going to get a vehicle.
Yeah.
She
That's it,
that
yeah.
is the
That was it.
most.
That was
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, okay. So maybe So let's do it. Let's keep up with the plan then.
Cool. All right.
Right. What are we doing?
Well, yeah. What do you want? Do you want to sneak over to her and say cause a distraction, or do you want to do sleepy buys time?
Sure. I think we could. Whichever one you think. I think we are here. You got the thing on your hand. Just fucking throw it. I know you want to.
It's like a little baseball, and I'm just getting ready. So I'm gonna hock it over there. I'm hoping
Okay.
it's gonna smash on the ground and vapors.
If you're going to throw, it will need to be a control.
Okay. Come along.
Got this.
It's a 4.
Okay. So what happens here? It does go off,
Yay.
and this vapor starts to rise to their faces. They go, "Oh shit! Oh fuck! You did drop at these fucking that Scarlet? Did you?" Was like, "Nah, that's not Scarlet, bro. Fuck, shit!" And as they're doing it, they're just like,
Yeah.
and they both collapse to the ground.
Amazing.
The unfortunate side in that mix roll.
Oh, 9.
We quickly jump back to Arthur. Arthur, you see these individuals of Cedric Callahorn, Edgar, and Diego go to this vehicle with some of other armed troop to get in this truck. And they do take off. And I'll say, maybe a quick survey roll.
3.
3. Okay. You see something shiny glint at the back of the truck. Something big. But you're only just noticing that the device in front of you has been activated.
Okay.
And you've not been left with any guards because the 2 guards that were around have just been knocked out. As the rest of them left you to...
So there's no one near me.
No. As far as they know, you were tied up and they've left you with a device designed to incapacitate you. So you launch that.
I'm gonna launch that at the truck.
Okay. I'm going to ask you for a control roll. Again, this is a yeet
Yep.
into a back of a driver's seat.
I'm gonna put a drive into that. Obviously. This is probably gonna fail spectacularly. I wish I had more drives to put into it, but I do not, so it's a straight roll.
Yes.
Hadouken. Excellent. 1.
You are still feeling your injuries from earlier. What happens is you go to throw it, and there is a timer on this, and you still feeling your injury from the bullet wound, and you go, you wince, and you drop it, and it advances the timer a lot quicker.
Oh, it didn't go off.
Nope. But you see there's like a little bar that's slowly building up, and it's going beep, and it's near the top.
Again!
And at this point, we come back to you guys. That was the bad part of your roll.
Sorry.
He's gonna throw it on us, though.
They've gone unconscious. What are you guys doing as soon as these guys go unconscious? You hear this vehicle has now left.
Okay. Should we have a look to make sure that... I don't know. Are they taking him? Let's go in to the building, right?
So you in the open clearing.
Oh, it's fucking hell. I'm obsessed that we are in a building in the forest. I don't know. I have this vision on my mind. Like
you've
I
been
know
in
it's
the
like
mental asylum. You never
like,
left.
Yeah, it's like forests
Whoa.
with buildings on it. I don't know why.
It's like Shutter
Forget
Island
that.
with
Yeah,
Leonardo
yeah.
DiCaprio.
Damn it! Now again.
Always
You're
happens.
taking your meds. Here you go. Here comes the Scarlet.
No, Scarlet.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so
Yes.
let's go into the place then, to the clearing. Let's get closer, yeah?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
hurry just to
As
make
you
sure.
get into space, you see this, first of all, this horrific sight. And also a panicking Arthur. And I will just let the group know. There's 3 chances for this. There's now 1.
4.
To defuse this device or get rid of it.
May I?
Would you like to?
Yes, please.
You see this, tell me, Arthur, what do they come across as you've thrown this thing and potentially panicking? What do they arrive onto this scene? Mostly what you're doing. You see all this stuff, you're like, holy shit, and then you see Arthur.
Well, I think I've probably thrown it. Just like it's not gone anywhere because I've tripped or something. My legs are still bound, and I've ended up flat on my face on the floor. And now I'm trying to just like worm my way towards it to try and get to it to do something.
Yeah.
And so they come around the corner, they see this device, and then just Arthur going.
Can Arthur get to it? He goes to put a hand on it, and then my foot goes on it first. And be like, I have it, thank you.
Grenade!
Is it? Oh my god!
What do you do, Klaus? If you're taking this action,
Yes.
if you're taking this action on behalf
Yes.
of the group, you're more than welcome to do so.
Thank you. I have the most easy way to handle this. I'm going to
Wow.
pick up this grenade.
Yes.
I'm going to walk around with it and go, look, it's a grenade. And then I'm going to walk over to the pit where Neve was thrown down, the very large pit. And I'm going to go, well, this is a rather obvious thing to do. We just drop it down here.
How deep
It's
is
It's
this
just an
pit?
open grave, so you can chuck it in maybe just in the field of people.
Oh, sorry. I thought that she'd fallen down a massive hole.
No, she's in a tree.
No.
She fell from a cliff,
Right.
Yeah.
and now there's a tree growing through her body, and she's just kind
We're
of
at the
like
bottom.
half
We're
in
at
the
the
tree.
bottom.
You're at the
I thought
bottom
we
of
were
the
at the
cliff.
top of the cliff. Oh!
Ooh.
Oh,
No.
who wants a grenade?
Okay, I do it. I'm gonna try and disarm it.
Oh, God.
Can I use my
we
sleight of
going?
hands to disarm it?
Hold on, can I just check? Are we in a building?
You kill 4 wolves.
Sorry, my
Right.
geography got me there.
Arthur, roll
Can I use-
a hide.
Okay. I'm gonna also put a drive into this.
I will say this is a high stakes roll.
Seems quite important.
Yes, it is. I am going to say this is a very important roll.
Okay.
Could we help?
I will happily take more drives.
Yeah, more drive, please. Which one are you using again?
Hide.
Hide. Yeah. Okay. Yes,
Sleight of
I'll
hand.
give you
So
one
it's sleight
drive.
of hand perspective.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe I'll just. I'll. I don't know. I'll help
If you
him
want,
out.
you can like hold it in place while he goes around it going,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
doing that movement, you know?
Yeah. So
With
yeah,
my
one drive.
with my fucked up hands from the
Yeah.
previous. Yes.
Also.
Okay.
Whereas I'll be going, no, you need to cut the blue wire. No, the red wire. Oh, nine.
It's mechanical. There's no wires.
Oh, nine.
No. Cut the blue cog. Okay.
Some on the floor? No?
Yes. I'll take the rod that's on the floor because it did actually land in a visible place. So, just so you know, I have very high hide.
Yes.
And with the extra drives, that actually took me to 4 dice. The results on the dice in order are as follows: 2, 2, 3, 5.
Oh!
On the gilded. 5 on the gilded.
Wow. I will say that is a mixed success. So, what happens is the device starts to disperse, and some of it leaks. But just as you do that, you trigger the mechanism to disarm it, and it shuts off. But I will say, everybody in the vicinity will take a mark in brain,
Okay.
as you feel madness trying to overtake your minds.
So brain is acid. Yeah, brain. One more.
This is even more potent than what you experienced in the warehouse. And I'll say, from your previous experience, this has allowed you to stave off the worst of what this could have been. But you realize the experiences you've had, this was something you were about to go cosmic.
Horror.
But you manage. I mean, it would have been horrific.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You wish you were in a padded cell. If this had gone off. But you get this little taste of what this device can do, and you saw something large in the truck that has just left. And at this point, as your Auntie Rita comes in, drifting in with a motor vehicle that they have taken from the Red Hand, and she's like, "Get in! We can catch up to the truck!"
What do I have? Do I have anything fire-based? I can't remember.
While you think of that, before we do the pursuit, we get the end of the first half of this assignment. So we're now going to take a small break before we do the chilling conclusion of
It's very Indiana Jones.
assignment Red Lens. Oh, you wish it be Anti-Hand, you wish it was.
Human Man.
It's worse. It's like a horror version.
Yeah.
See you after the break. Bye for now.
Bye!
Bye.
He's a human man.